I'm going to be talking to the camera a little bit, so
no problem.
Don't mind me. I promise we won't crash it. Hello everyone, you join me at the famous Portimao Circuit. I'm driving the all-electric Jaguar I-PACE, the first ever all-electric vehicle from Jaguar. And as you can hear, it's the sound of the future. It's sort of a Jetsonian sort of sound. As we take off going around Portimao, and as I butcher the driving line just a little bit and scare the racing driver sitting beside me. Wow, this thing will cruise some serious speed. Look at that, brake, brake, brake. Nice late apex, find our apex cone. And, oh, a little bit too early there. Man, it's very bizarre driving this vehicle because one, it's very competent, and two, it's very fast, but it's just not what you expect from a compact SUV, as it were. Jaguar's gone to great lengths to talk to us about the driving dynamics of this vehicle, and I guess they weren't kidding, because the way this thing drives, it truly belies its size. Especially here at Portimao Circuit. This is a very serious, very technical racing track. And not where you'd expect to take the family SUV, but this thing has an excellent level of agility. It's truly astounding, actually. A lot of that has to do with the fact that because it is a hybrid, or excuse me, a full electric vehicle, all the battery packs are in the floor, nice and down low, giving this thing a very low center of gravity. So despite weighing about 4,400 pounds, it just hangs on in the corners. Now obviously, Jaguar is not going to expect you to take your family SUV to the racetrack, but it does just show what this thing can do should you want to let it loose on your favorite winding road. Though that said, I've driven much worse cars to the racetrack. This thing's actually a lot of fun. Listen to that sound. It literally sounds like we're in an episode of the Jetsons in the future. And we're cresting 200 kilometers an hour down the front straight and catching oncoming traffic. Probably getting in their mirrors a little bit. We're going to brake a little bit early, give them some space. Unfortunately, I don't think we're allowed to pass, but
Yeah.
Are we?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. I've been told we're allowed to pass. Just like a proper track day. Now, for all of you astute YouTube experts who play Gran Turismo for many thousands of years, I'm sure you're going to say that my racing lines are absolutely terrible, and you'd be correct. But that's okay, because I had the excuse that I'm not Chris Harris. But I am talking to the camera while I'm driving, and it's much harder than you expect. And sometimes when you're following drivers who aren't going quite as fast, you tend to make mistakes. But there we go, let us pass. And we're gonna brake. Although I have to say, ooh, a little bit of trail brake. A little bit of understeer. I have to say, unfortunately, it is a 4,400-pound vehicle, and this is a very high-speed racing circuit. The brake pedal's going a little bit soft, but that's kind of normal for just about any production vehicle when you're doing this back to back to back to back with me and not hundreds, but many other journalists also butchering the racing line and butchering some brake pads. But beyond that, the I-PACE seems absolutely unfazed by this, which is excellent. Brake, 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 brake. Whoops, a little bit late. Now, if it seems like I'm a bit short for words, usually, you know, I love to talk to the camera, but man, this is a tricky circuit. But as far as vehicles to take you around the track, this is a pretty friendly one. I'm not pushing nearly as hard as I would in my own personal vehicles, for obvious reasons. But this thing is very confidence-inspiring, which is what Jaguar wants in their vehicles. They want to be fun to drive cars that are very confidence-inspiring. It allows you to have a lot of fun in the cars. Braked a little bit too early, that's okay. have a lot of fun in the cars that you drive every day and you can enjoy every day. And as I mentioned before, this thing's actually very dynamic. It's very responsive. I had a little bit of a trail braking scenario in there. I braked a little bit late and kind of let off the brake into the corner, and it gave me a bit of rotation. Again, for the family SUV, no one in the real world is going to be doing this, but it does show that you can have a lot of fun on your favorite winding road, and there's really no compromises dynamically for Jaguar's first ever all-electric SUV. And unfortunately, my track time is at an end, or about to be at an end. But wow, for their first effort as a production electric vehicle, what a car!